So today I want to talk about troubles and reference Lamentations and Jeremiah. Now, in my life, as in many of your lives, I have had some really big troubles, and they've been very defeating and discouraging. And just whenever like 10 years ago or whatever ish, when I got into Jeremiah, I got into Lamentations deeper than I ever had before. And I noticed the verse, it's in Lamentations 3. Jeremiah is saying that Israel, this is when Babylon attacks them. He's like, Israel has fallen and is terrible, and he's crying and he's weeping and he's bemoaning fate, basically. Well, not really. He's not bemoaning God, but he's distraught beyond explanation. And he says, but I take heart, because in the midst of this, he's like, I realize does not good and evil both come forth from God's hand? And he said, if God will destroy and hurt, it won't last forever before he forgives us, especially if we ask for forgiveness, and he will heal our land. So he's taking heart because God has done this to him. When we have troubles, it's not the devil did it, or it's not always, he doesn't do things, he tempts you. And even more than that, we tempt ourselves, but he helps. But the stuff like going into Babylon, that was their punishment that they caused, and the consequence, obviously not made by them, the consequence, the judgment, was them going into exile, and God gave them that judgment. So you have control over your life. I'd say for the most part, you have control over when God is or is not going to give you a consequence. Consequences come from our actions. It's a punishment, but it's also a consequence. A punishment we need. It's not that every situation necessitates a consequence or punishment, but every action necessitates some sort of consequence. You push the button to start your coffee maker, the consequence is that either that it's going to start or it's not going to start if it's not working, but either way something will or will not happen. Like something that you can see that is tangible. So take heart, because while I'm not saying God is what he has to do with the coffee maker, when there is something in your life, God has a plan. He's using that. Maybe you caused it, but whatever it is, he's using it. He hasn't walked away. He hasn't given you over to the devil. He hasn't given you over to the irreparable things that you have done, and now you have to face the consequences. He is doing it.